Hello. In this first video, I'm going to take a slightly strange path through three books. The first of which is Sleeping Beauties: The Mystery of Dormant Innovations in Nature and Culture by Andreas Wagner. He's an evolutionary biologist, and the crux of the book is that when you look at the history of evolution on planet Earth, there are many species that arrived 50 million years or hundreds of million years before they became dominant or ecologically relevant in any sense of the word. The environment was just not ready for them. Grass is one of those innovations or species. Ants is one of those. There are many such. This page has this book has almost three jaw-dropping facts on every page, and that's very rare to find in a book. So this idea can be extended to almost any sphere of human activity, such as culture or technology, and he does, Andreas, perhaps to make it relevant to people who read about business or technology and innovation or disruption. But the central idea is this: sleeping beauties are those innovations which have to wait for the environment to become viable for them to thrive and survive. Late bloomers, like myself. But so, what kind of technology or perhaps cultural artifact can we identify in the human realm that has been dormant or has not reached its zenith? Um, we are all aware of the sort of hyper active development in the space of AI and machine learning right now, the overabundance and production of text, most of which nobody reads, and a lot of which will soon pollute almost sacred storehouses of knowledge like the Wikipedia. So it raises the question also about the relevance of books, which have been the primary source of human knowledge, learning, and the propagation thereof for almost 500 years since the invention of the Gutenberg printing press. Newton's Principia, which changed our understanding of the universe completely, to the extent that we can now interfere with the outside universe, was a book. It may not have been a bestseller, but a book it certainly was. And here is the second book then that I want to talk about. It's called Papyrus by Irene Vallejo. I hope I pronounced that right. A mind-boggling history of the earliest books. I haven't yet read this, to be honest, but it talks about a time when books were taken across deserts and seas, protected by the lives of people who were carrying them. Cities were raided for books like these. You will find a lot of literature which is about books that were so important you would kill for them, or invade nations for them. Today, I don't see books having that kind of relevance. Although, a chip on which a large language model needs to be trained is manufactured in Taiwan, and that may be in danger of some kind of invasion. But why books? Because if you look at the long 2000-year history of books, and that it's actually a period of a very slow, from our point of view, a very slow but technological advancement of the book. A book is a technology in many ways that we don't. The spine is a hinge, the paper is a flexible, ultra durable material. A book is a hypertext. You can switch from this page to this page without the need of any technical help. It needs no energy source, no power, nothing. This this small brick can survive for thousands of years if it's maybe wrapped inside some sheepskin or protected from the elements in some way, which a magnetic disk probably cannot, because a magnetic disk would be subject to bit flipping and pollution of the memory from cosmic rays, which will sort of invade any kind of protective shield which is around it. Neutrinos from supernovas will invade that protective shield and bit flip something, change an atom of chlorine to argon or whatever, which is not going to affect the information content of a book, but might completely corrupt a hard drive or something like that. So books are hypertexts, books are technologies. For example, in a mathematics text, the student has to constantly go back and forth, go to formula 3.24, then go to formula 5.27. That you just can't do that on a Kindle. You just can't do that on a PDF. You can, but it's just really cumbersome. Books are also air gapped, in a sense. You can't hack a book, or you can't really steal information electronically. You cannot do certain things that you can to a data center. And then again, the way information can be arranged inside a book as opposed to a digital archive is also interesting. Because in the digital archive, the primary interface is the retrieval system. For example, Google, the search engine, was the primary retrieval system of the internet, the library, which is now the large language model, which we'll talk about another day. But I'll come to the third. This was not supposed to be a profound video or anything. I just wanted to talk about 3 books, so that's what I'm doing. The third book is super interesting. This is Arthur Rimbaud, the French poet who kind of retired from poetry by the age of 21 or 22 and became a merchant. The interesting thing about this book is that if you want to learn French, you don't have to start from the alphabet or learn French in 40 days or some shitty book like that. You open this book, and on the left page, is the French version, and on the right page is the English version. So this is a bilingual book of poetry, which is super amazing as a language learner. I'm not learning French, I'm learning Japanese, although I would love to learn French as well. I just don't have the years left in me. But the interesting thing is, in poetry, the phrases are short, the meaning is deep. It's more about the way phrases are placed together next to each other. So you can just read a phrase, et la mère, and the mother, right? That's just French and English. And just if you just read this book, like, I don't know, 3 times or 10 times, you'll get a pretty decent grasp of French while reading poetry by one of the greatest poets in French history, if not world history. That's all I wanted to say today. There will be many more videos coming. I just need to plan them better, but I hope you'll stick around. And for now, it's have a good day.